Zoan-type devil fruits allow a person to transform into a creature from present day, ancient times, or mythology. Depending on the type, zoans are classified into 3 subtypes: regular, ancient, and mythical. Mythical zoans are considered to be rarer than even logia types. Due to certain reasons, it is difficult to awaken a zoan-type devil fruit. However, there are a handful of One Piece characters that have pulled it off. Why are zoan awakenings rare? To understand why zoan-type awakenings are rare, it is important to go over one important detail. According to the new information that has been disclosed, zoan-type devil fruits have a will of their own. The jailer beasts of Impel Down are the perfect example of how zoan devil fruits can become problematic. The jailer beasts had zoan-type devil fruits, but they could not switch between their human and animal forms. They were permanently stuck in their animal form and couldn't revert. The reason for their problem is quite simple. Due to using their devil fruit awakening, the will of the devil fruit overwhelmed their personalities. As the Impel Down jailers do not have control over their devil fruits, they are classified as failed zoan awakenings. As a result, the list will only include their names and their devil fruits: Mino Koala, Koala Zoan, Mino Zebra, Zebra Zoan, Minotaurus, Cow Zoan, and Mino Rhinoceros, Rhino Zoan. Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy is the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates and one of the 4 emperors of the sea. For the majority of the series, readers were under the impression that Luffy had a Paramecia-type devil fruit, but in the Wano Country arc, Oda revealed that he actually has a mythical zoan-type devil fruit. The name of Luffy's devil fruit is Hito Hito no Mi, model, Nika. The world government had changed the name of the devil fruit in order to keep its identity a secret. Luffy awakened his devil fruit in the fight against Kaido. He calls his awakened form Gear 5th. In this form, Luffy's hair turns completely white, and he is surrounded by a cloud of white smoke. Luffy's Gear 5th grants him an absurd amount of power. He is able to make his surroundings rubbery and can extend the effects of his power to things such as lightning bolts. However, he cannot use Gear 5th for an extended period of time. After Gear 5th runs out, Luffy's face turns droopy, and he cannot fight again for a while. Rob Lucci. From a young age, Lucci was only interested in carrying out missions for the sake of the world government. He didn't care about the casualties as long as the task was complete. Currently, Rob Lucci is a member of CP0, the strongest cipher pole. As a masked assassin, Lucci possesses a great deal of power, which makes him a fearsome foe. Before joining CP0, Lucci was a member of CP9, but he was kicked out by Spandam after he lost his fight against Luffy. Considering his personality, the Neko Neko no Mi model, leopard, is perfect for him. It is a carnivorous zone, which makes it more ferocious than a regular zone-type devil fruit. Lucci revealed his devil fruit awakening in the Egghead Island arc. When he saw Luffy running around, the CP0 agent couldn't control himself and decided to use his strongest power. While in his awakened form, Lucci gains a black cloud of smoke around his body. Lucci's awakened form grants him more strength, stamina, and speed than his other forms. Despite using his strongest form, Luffy crushed Lucci very easily. Yamato. Yamato is the son of Kaido. He was introduced in the Wano Country arc, where he allied with the Straw Hat Pirates. Yamato is an extremely talented fighter who has mastery over all 3 types of haki. He was even able to use Advanced Conqueror's haki to defend himself from Kaido's attacks. Yamato possesses the Inu Inu no Mi model, Okuchi no Maka Mi, which is a mythical zone-type devil fruit. It allows him to turn into the mythological wolf deity. While fighting against Kaido, he showed all the different versions of his devil fruit, including an awakened form. Like Luffy and Lucci's awakened forms, Yamato too had a cloud of smoke surrounding him. While it has not been officially confirmed, it is highly likely that he has awakened his devil fruit as well. Kaido. Kaido was known as the strongest creature in the world. He earned the respect of his enemies due to his immense strength. Years prior to the story, Kaido took over the country of Wano and began working on his plan to start a massive war. During the Wano Country arc, Kaido fought against the 9 Scabbards, Yamato, and the Supernovas while keeping the island of Onigashima afloat. This shows how freakishly strong he was. There has been a lot of discourse about whether he had awakened his devil fruit or not, but most fans believe that it would be weird if the Emperor had not accomplished this feat. One of the major pieces of evidence that supports this claim is the name of Kaido's devil fruit. While Kaido was able to transform into a dragon, his devil fruit was called Yuo Yuo no Mi, model, Seryu, which translates into fish fruit, model, Azure Dragon. It is a common belief that Kaido trained extremely hard to transform from a fish into a dragon. In his dragon form, Kaido also had smoke clouds surrounding him, which is a further indicator that he had awakened his devil fruit. One Piece. Why is Eustace Kid in Elbaf? Why is Kid in Elbaf? Toward the end of the Wano Country arc, Kid was seen having a conversation with his right-hand man, Killer, about their next course of action. During their conversation, they brought up an interesting piece of information. They talked about finding the man marked with flames. At the time, it was impossible to find out the identity of this person, but the Egghead Island arc brought up a name that would actually make sense. While Vegapunk was talking to the Straw Hats, he told them about the tragedy of Ohara and its aftermath. He told them about seeing several giants trying to rescue the books of the scholars. It was later confirmed that the man behind the operation was Jaguar D. Saul, who had been presumed dead. Saul was frozen by Aokiji, but it seems that as the flames began to engulf the island, he was thawed out. Vegapunk revealed that Saul was covered in bandages, which implies that he was hurt by the flames. So, Saul is very likely the man marked by flames, and considering Kid was looking for him, it is obvious that he would have to visit Elbaf. Whether Kid found out his location or he just decided to go to Elbaf on a whim remains to be seen. Either way, reaching Elbaf first gives Kid a huge advantage and could essentially put him in a strong position to achieve his goal of obtaining the One Piece. The history of Elbaf. Elbaf is one of the oldest kingdoms in the world. It is home to the giants. The island is not affiliated with the world government, which is rather intriguing. Unlike Wano, it doesn't seem that Elbaf has closed off its borders or there is any tension between the giants and world government. So, why is Elbaf not allied with the world government? The main reason is possibly the longevity of giants. Giants are known to live for hundreds of years. The oldest known giant is Jarul, with an age of 408. Due to their age, they have seen different eras unfold before their very eyes. So, they probably have knowledge about all the events that have transpired in the past, including the Void Century. Of course, it would be ridiculous if every giant knew about it, but there is a good chance that the older ones do. In addition to the information they possess about the Void Century, the giants could also possess knowledge about the Final Road Poneglyph. Better yet, it might be in Elbaf. The Final Road Poneglyph mysteriously disappeared after Roger found it. Considering the sheer size of the poneglyph, it would be impossible for a human to even make it budge, but if several giants were to band together, they could move it. If this turns out to be true, then Kid will have 3 poneglyphs, plus he will gain additional information from Saul. When will the Straw Hats arrive? Currently, the Straw Hats are on Egghead Island, trying to get away from CP0 and the Marines. According to Dahl, the Marines at G14 are also going to Egghead Island to provide extra backup for CP0. This turns the situation even more dire, as the Straw Hats are already outnumbered, and the last thing that they want is more Marines arriving to help CP0. Clearly, the Straw Hats should be focused on getting back to the Thousand Sunny, as that is their only way of getting away from the island. Unfortunately, CP0 members have already infiltrated the Frontier Dome. They were able to enter after the security system turned off mysteriously. It seems that there is someone who is working with the world government. Given the individuals that have been introduced in the arc so far, it is possible that one of Vegapunk's satellites could have betrayed them in exchange for safety. So, the Straw Hats have to fend off CP0, the Marines, and the possible traitor. Despite the odds being stacked against them, Vegapunk seems to have an ally on Egghead Island, who could help them escape. The identity of the person remains a secret, but judging from their way of talking, it seems they are grateful to Vegapunk and want to help him out. Depending on the identity of the person, the Straw Hats may or may not be able to avoid a conflagration. If the individual is extremely powerful, then they could easily help the Straw Hats escape from the island. At the moment, many names are flying around, with the more prominent one being that of Scopper Gabon. He used to be a member of the Roger Pirates, but there is not enough evidence to back up the claim. Once the Straw Hats do leave Egghead Island, their next destination will most likely be Elbaf. 2 of the Straw Hats, Robin and Usopp, have a strong connection to Elbaf, so it makes sense for the crew to head there immediately. That's a wrap for this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with more amazing videos very soon.